What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. In the previous video we took on a ton of side quests here in Hyrule Town and we're not done just yet. In this video I want to start by trading a few more kinstones, starting with this lovely young lady here. Now this one is actually slightly random, as in it might not be this NPC that you need to trade with on your game. So what I would recommend doing is walk around Hyrule Town and look for an NPC who has a heart in like the speech bubble that appears by their head when you try to trade with them. And then of course if you do get a successful kinstone fusion, it'll cause sort of that event to take place in Hyrule Castle Garden. And now of course if we go and investigate, we can get ourselves another piece of heart. So what do you say we head up there and get that real quick, because I believe this next piece of heart will actually complete another heart container. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a pretty good way to start off this video. And after we grab this, there's only like 2 other kinstone fusions that I want to do, and I promise you they will not take long at all. Although we do kind of need to go all the way back to Mount Crenell to do one of them, but don't worry, it won't take us that long to get there. Since we do need to make our way back to the top of the mountain where Malari is, let's just head towards that direction. There is actually another kinstone fusion that I want to do along the way, although I should mention this one is not required right now. However, we can do it and it's not too far out of the way, so I think it is worth doing. Yeah, this guy right here wants to fuse kinstone, so let's see. Good, we do have the proper kinstone required. Let's do this fusion, and I think this just opens up like an area on the map that we might be able to get to right now, but there's really no reason for us to go over there. It sort of just repairs that tree for us. Alright, so now that is done, we can start making our way back up to where Malari is and fuse kinstones with him. Now, I probably should mention that in between videos, I actually spent about an hour and a half grinding for different kinstones. So, yeah, that's why, like, I have a bunch more than in the last video. And still, like, I just barely got enough to do everything that I want to do in this video. That's mainly because, like, the red kinstones are such a pain to find. Like, in that hour and a half grinding session, I think I got 3 or 4 red kinstones. I got, like, a ton of green ones, though, so I probably won't need to, like, grind for green ones anytime soon. But, yeah, blue and reds might need to do a little more grinding for. I'll worry about that a little bit later, though. For now, let's use our cane, and we can actually just jump right up to where Malari's mine is. Yeah, it pretty much takes you no time at all to get back up to the mountain's peak, like once you grab the cane and have the ability to climb along the mountain itself. Anyways, Malari is right in here, so let's fuse kinstones with him real quick. I don't know why I keep like saying trade kinstones when that's not really what you're doing. You're sort of fusing, which I guess is entirely different, but also it doesn't really matter at all, does it? Anyways, this will cause a giant freaking beanstalk to appear at the very peak of Mount Crenell, so yeah, it's not something you see every day, and I think it would be in our best interest if we go and check it out. Believe it or not, there is actually going to be a piece of heart at the top of that beanstalk. I know, it's so weird, but I also kind of love it. There's a lot of weird stuff in this game that I like, and that seems to be like a trend with the Zelda games that Capcom made. Generally speaking, I don't like them as much as the mainstream Zelda games, but they do a lot of detail and heart like poured into them. You can tell that when Capcom got the chance to make these Zelda games, they really did want to make it like one of the best games or best Zelda games they could make it, and I do appreciate them for that. And I think in some cases they did a really good job. It's just that, like I said, there's weird things that make it feel just a little bit different than a Nintendo developed Zelda game, and because of that, I generally don't like them as much. Again, not saying they're bad, it's just that, there's a different tonality and feel to the games. Anyways, yeah, you get yourself a nice piece of heart and a couple of red rupees to boot. Not bad, and I totally feel like Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk right now. You guys know the fairy tale. I'm not going to bother sort of explaining that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, I kind of feel sorry for you, because that's like a classic, man. It's a classic fairy tale story. Just look it up. I'm sure you can find it on like Google or Wikipedia or something. Who knows? Give it a read. You know, it's probably only like 10 paragraphs long, because it is supposed to be a children's book. I don't necessarily think those are really that long. Anyways, before I get too off topic, yeah, we're done with like all the side stuff that I wanted to do in this video. So, finally guys, finally, we have everything we need to make our way to the next temple. So, we're gonna go back towards Castor Wilds and start making our way through the muck and the mire until we get to the next temple. There's actually not a lot that we need to do, and I'm not even sure how I jumped into that whirlwind. Like, I thought for sure I was gonna land below it, but I guess the perspective of like jumping from layer to layer is a little bit weird, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So I think the fastest way to Castor Wilds is just like straight down and then to the left a little bit. So yeah, we need to be in the Western Wood. That's exactly where we need to be. So we're good. We're on the right track. I just got a little bit confused because like a lot of the areas around Hyrule Town look kind of similar. So it is a little easy to get lost. But here we are finally in Castor Wilds. So let's grab our Pegasus boots because we need these to run across the mire here. But obviously with these, yeah, we are no longer at risk of sinking down into the muck. We are perfectly fine. I actually really like the music here in Castor Wilds. It's kind of like eerie in a way. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, first things first, let's head in here. And this is kind of a weird area. And there's sort of like a mini boss that we need to fight. But it's pretty dang cool. So I was really hoping they were going to drop something. In here, though, we got ourselves a chest, but oh no! We can't just pick it up. So a guardian is protecting the treasure. Take care while fighting it. As though that's not a guardian. Come on, man. Haven't you played Breath of the Wild? This is a freaking Dark Nut. Dark Nuts are actually pretty difficult in this game because I'm terrible at, like, dodging their attacks, even though it should be really easy for me. What you want to do, though, is just wait for them to attack, and then avoid it, obviously, and then you can go in for an attack of your own. After 4 hits, though, they go down, and inside this chest, we're going to get a golden kinstone piece. Holy crap, that's the first time I've seen one of those. And you might be thinking to yourself, wow, a golden kinstone piece. I bet we're going to, like, get the rarest of all kinstone fusions with that. Well, you're kind of wrong, because, well, yes, we are going to be fusing the golden kinstone pieces. It's not going to be with an NPC, and we're not really going to get anything from it. It's just going to allow us to leave this area and make our way towards, like, the temple. I thought there was a shortcut I can make over here, but I think that's for later on. So for now, let's just head up here, and, oh yeah. Now that is one nasty-looking statue that has such an evil glower to it. An evil glower, you say, Something tells me that is a mistranslation. I believe up there in that cave is actually a Deku Scrub who will sell you something for an item we don't have. And also an item that we need. I just realized I can't actually do anything with this statue because I don't have the item that we need. So real quick, what we need to do is head right over here. For some reason I forgot for a second that we could actually run through this stuff with our Pegasus boots. But yeah, make your way over here. Use this to turn into a Minish, and now if we head through this section, I do need my Gust Jar very quickly, because we need to push this all the way to the other side, and make sure you actually just, set yourself up on the left side of the screen, because there's a bunch of giant flowers, in this little tiny, puddle here that we need to cross, and if we stay on the left side, we can pretty much avoid all of them. Once you do reach the other side, though, what you want to do is fall inside this crack. And now we do need to fight our way through a bunch of these enemies. But after we do, we'll be able to get ourselves a brand spanking new item. And it's one of my favorites, you know, a classic to the Legend of Zelda series. So, can you just die already, dude? Thank you. Took a lot of damage from that fight. Holy crap. Anyways, inside this chest is the bow. Hooray! So yeah, that Deku Scrub actually does sell you arrows if you run out. But by default, the game gives you 30 arrows, which is a lot actually. So we should be fine to go through here. Now that we do have the bow, we can sort of deal with those giant Armos statues. I'm not really sure if they're called Armos, but that's basically what they are. And oh, I guess I wasn't all the way on like the edge. There we go. That should be good. Sweet. Alright, now that we got this bow, I don't think there's really anything else we can do as a Minish right now. So let's return to our normal size and re-equip our Pegasus boots. That way we can go back to where that statue was. See, I kind of wish like there was more than one equip button in this game, even though I know the Game Boy Advance only has, like, what, 4 buttons, A, B, L, and R? I guess you could say 6 if you count Star and Select. So, yeah, they really only had 2 buttons to work with, but, dude, the amount of times you need to, like, swap items is kind of ridiculous, especially later on in the game when you get even more items. So, yeah, it can be a little tedious to manage all of that, but whatever, I'll sort of get used to it, I guess. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot we can do in this particular area right now. We probably will be coming back to this section a little bit later on, but for now, what we can do is, head over to, like, this weird gravestone and just push this open because inside is a dojo. There's a piece of heart in here as well, which is pretty important. Now, the guy running the dojo is actually a ghost, so yeah, he's dead. He actually will not train with us until we have like 7 tiger scrolls. So I think we need to basically complete every other dojo first, then we can go back to that guy and he'll teach us like the ultimate technique or whatever. Alright, so let's blast open this stone pedestal. There we go. Again, we'll be able to make use of those very, very soon, guys. I just don't want to spoil what they are. Also, I should probably mention, like, what we're trying to do. So we already got 1 of the golden kinstone pieces. There's 3 in total in this area that we need to track down and collect because we need those golden kinstones to actually unlock the way to the next area, and that's where we'll find the entrance to the next temple. Let's actually create that shortcut for ourselves. And I believe inside this chest, yes, is the 2nd golden kinstone piece. So there's only 1 more left to find. And now that we have the bow, we can actually go and pick this one up. So I think if we head up here and sort of follow these wooden pathways, if you will, eventually it'll lead us to where the next Armo statue is and where we can find the final golden kinstone. So yeah, here we go. By the way, you can't actually kill these Armo statues. I believe they need 3 or 4 hits from your bow and then they will die. But for the most part, it is easier just to shoot them once or twice and then just like walk around them. Alright, so I think the final kinstone piece is right up here in the cave to the right of where that Deku Scrub is. So yeah, there we go. It's kind of funny how like only 1 of the golden kinstone pieces is guarded by anything tough, and that was the Dark Knight. I think, yeah, here's the shortcut that I was thinking of. Alright, sweet. Now that we do have all 3 golden kinstone pieces, we actually want to make our way back to the island where we found that gravestone. So I think the fastest way back there is just by like following these wooden platforms, and if I can sneak past this eye statue, I think it'll put me like directly where that area is, and also put me close to like another chest where I can get a kinstone piece if I'm not mistaken. You know what, I'm just gonna walk past you. I really don't care. I know he was 1 hit away, but whatever. And hey, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that was definitely a trap. And oh no, we actually got caught. Please don't eat my rupees. think he took like 40 of my rupees. Thankfully, I got a big green rupee, which is 50 rupees. So I think I got whatever he stole back. And maybe even more so. But whatever, who cares? Alright, now that we have that, let's head down here and to the left. And guess what? We can actually kinstone fuse with these 3 statues. And each of them, of course, wants one of these special golden kinstone pieces, which all look really, really weird. But, yeah, if we trade with each of these statues, you'll notice that they'll hop up and crack that giant boulder to the bottom left. So, obviously, after we trade with all 3 of them, that boulder will break apart, and then we'll have access to the next area. So, let's just fuse this final golden kinstone piece. They look really weird, like nothing like any of the other kinstones do. But with that, we have broken the boulder, so now we can head down here and enter the Wind Ruins. This place is pretty short. There's a couple of things we probably will want to do in here later on, but for now, I'm just sort of going to rush through all the way to the end. These enemies are kind of weird. They're basically robots or, like, primitive guards, if you will. You'll notice this one does not have a glowy eyeball, so what you want to do here is turn into a Minish, and believe it or not, yeah, you can climb up the center of its shield, and inside is a little switch which activates the flame. That'll turn on the glow, and that basically activates the guard, if you will. And you want to do that because obviously he's blocking our path, so if we activate him, we can sort of either kill him or get him to move out of the way. That way, you know, we can get past him. And my gosh, I am really just not doing good at combat this episode for some reason. I have no idea why I'm taking so much damage. Ah, jeez. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts you can actually create in this section as well, because at some point in the future, we will probably be like going through here as a Minish. There actually is a piece of heart that we can collect, but I think we can only grab that after we finish the next temple. Like, I'm having this weird gut feeling that's telling me that I can't get it right now, although I could be wrong about that. If I am wrong, all you need to do is backtrack 2 screens, and on the second screen, go down the middle vine, and that should take you, like, into a cave system where you can easily just grab the piece of heart. But, I'm gonna trust my gut feeling and just wait until after we finish the temple to grab that one, because, I mean, here's the thing. If I'm wrong, I'll have to go through this temple missing 1 piece of heart. Not a huge deal. If I'm right, I might save myself a little bit of time. And it's not like it would really take me forever to walk back like 4 screens and go grab a piece of heart that I missed. So, either way, if I'm right or wrong, it doesn't make a huge difference. Alright, so on this screen, yeah, we do want to take out all these weird, like, robot guard guys. They do, like, turn off if you go too far away from them, which is kind of weird. And can you stop, bro? I just want to kill you. There you go. I believe one of them, though, we actually, yeah, that guy. So if you get, like, anywhere remotely close to him, he will immediately get up and run to block the exit, which is kind of annoying. So before we deal with him, let's open up this chest and get ourselves 50 rupees. And this chest will give us 50 mysterious shells. Now we want to go deal with that robot. So let's actually shrink down to the size of a Minish. That resets his position, and because we're so small, he can't see us. We're going to climb inside, turn him off, and then return to our normal human size. Now that he's like deactivated or whatever, obviously he can't go and block the exit. So yeah, now we're basically on the final stretch to the temple. The only thing that we need to do is kill every single enemy on this part of the screen now, because if we don't, it won't actually unblock the way to like the next screen. So there we go, every single enemy is dead, and we can easily move right on up through here, and guess what? We're at the entrance of the next temple, so that's where I'm going to end off this video. If you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.